Hi, Ed here from keywordspeopleuse.com, and I've got an exclusive time-limited offer for you. If you book a product demo with Keywords People Use, I'll give you a free 7-day trial of our standard plan, which allows you access to our new content optimization tool. This tool hooks into your Google Search Console data so we can find all the keywords you're ranking for and what pages are ranking. We then crawl your site content and use advanced machine learning techniques like embeddings and cosine similarity to find you content optimization opportunities that will quickly boost your impressions and clicks from Google. This new feature in Keywords People Use is already showing results for people using it. Don't miss out on the opportunity of a 7-day free trial. Just go to keywordspeopleuse.com/demo to book your slot. That's keywordspeopleuse.com/demo. You'll find the link in the show notes of this episode. Hello and welcome to SEO is Not That Hard. I'm your host Ed Dawson, the founder of the SEO intelligence platform keywordspeopleuse.com, where we help you discover the questions people ask online and then how to optimize your content to build traffic and authority. I've been in SEO and online marketing for over 20 years, and I'm here to share the wealth of knowledge, hints and tips I've amassed over that time. Hello, welcome back to SEO is Not That Hard. It's me here, Ed Dawson, as always. And today I'm going to be talking about branded search. I'm going to talk about what branded search is, why it's so important for establishing your authority with Google, and how you can use it to build a stronger brand presence. So first of all, what is branded search? Well, branded search, in very simple terms, just refers to queries where users include your brand name in their search terms. So, for example, say someone types Nike trainers or Apple support into Google. That's branded search at work. So unlike generic queries, branded searches show that users already know your brand exists and are actively seeking it out. So this not only signals loyalty, but it also helps Google see, your brand's relevance and authority in your niche. So why does branded search matter? Well, it's a really important factor in your SEO strategy, what it should be. And that's because it gives enhanced credibility and trust. So when users are searching for your brands in particular, it will reinforce that your brand holds, I suppose, like a reputation, a reputable place in your industry. So it's a strong vote of confidence that can help sway new customers to trust you. It improves click-through rates. Listings with a recognized brand name tend to attract high click-through rates. So when people see your brand listed, they're more likely to click on it, especially if your titles and descriptions are compelling. It gives positive user signals to Google. So Google considers user behavior an important ranking factor. We know that. So when users search for your brand and click on your site, it's sending a signal to Google about your relevance and authority. So this can in turn improve your overall search ranking. So not just for the branded ones, but if Google sees that you're a brand and identifies you as a brand in the topical area that you're working in, then it's going to start to boost you because it has that brand signal, that authority, that trust that it can pass to you. And it can give you a competitive advantage. So in competitive industries, having a strong branded search results can give you an edge. It's not just about building brand equity, but it's also helping sort of defend you against competitors who might be vying for similar generic search terms. So now we know what a branded search term is and why it's important. How do we build and use branded search to our advantage? Well, here's some things we can do. So first of all, we can invest in a strong brand identity. So that's like having a clear, consistent brand identity. So that's like your logo, your color scheme, your tone, your messaging, those kind of things, being consistent in those. And the stronger and more memorable your brand is, the more likely people are to search for it directly. So think of strong brands and that you search for, and think of those attributes that they have that you can try and emulate in your brand. Obviously not their exact brand, but the kind of things in their brand that work for them. How can you make those things work for you? Secondly, you want to encourage direct searches. So include your brand name in all your marketing materials, your social media posts, any offline advertising if you do it. The more exposure your brand gets, the more people will start to search for it. Thirdly, you want to optimize your website for your brand. So make sure, your website's SEO is in top shape. You're here, you're doing that. But use your brand name in your title tags, in your descriptions, in your header tags. This is the kind of thing that will reinforce your brand's presence in search results by including it in those places. You want to use content marketing. So, I talk about content all the time and how important it is. and, producing high quality shareable content is really important, and it shouldn't just highlight your expertise, but it should also integrate your brand. So blog posts, videos, case studies, anything which can help with brand recognition and include your brand in those pieces of content will help drive branded searches to you. Fifth, engage on social media. Your brand should be there on social media, and when users see you on social media, they will then go and search for your brand. And it's those searches later on when they're seeking out more information about you or your brand is when you're going to start to drive those branded searches. An example being in this podcast, we mentioned keywords people use a lot, obviously, because that's our brand that we're trying to promote. And people will be listening to this podcast and we'll just go to Google and type in keywords people use and find us that way. I do the same thing. I go to Google and just type in the brands or the domains I'm looking for, rather than necessarily just doing direct into the browser searches. But again, Google's also on Chrome taking that data of if people are putting direct searches, what direct searches they're putting in, and that is another brand signal. And finally, you want to monitor your branded search metrics. So you can use tools like Google Search Console or the Search Analytics in Keywords People Use, and other analytics platforms to track how many branded searches your site is receiving. You want to look at the trends over time and see if the work you're putting in is translating to more people using searches that include your brand name. Now, one of the less obvious benefits of branded search is how its impact is on how Google perceives your brand. So when Google sees that users are specifically looking for your brand, it's going to interpret that as an indicator of trust and authority, which can result in, what this will do for you is it'll give you higher search engine results page rankings. So enhanced user signals from branded searches can help improve your overall ranking. So Google will take these signals into account, and it can start to boost you in positions and terms, for even competitive terms in your topic area. It gives better user engagement. So when users know your brand and trust it, they're more likely to engage with your content. They'll spend more time on your site. They'll navigate to more pages, and they'll even convert into customers. And a stronger brand presence over time, that increased branded search activity, will establish your brand as an authority in your niche. This is how Google works out what a brand is. It hasn't got lists of brands. All it has is the way that people interact with their search engine and the type of queries they put in. And if it can make those logical links between a website and the types of searches that are coming in and determine what the brand searches are, it can then determine you as a brand. And that's when it's going to start trusting you more. It's going to improve your organic rankings. And it's also, on the other side, with your audience, it's going to build a better connection with your audience because they will remember you. People remember brands. People start to trust brands. That's why it's so important. So how do we get more people searching for your brand? Well, here's a few tips that will help you do that. So first of all, consistency is key. So ensure that your brand name is consistent across all channels. This will help avoid confusion, reinforces recognition with people. So call yourself and your brand the same across all the channels that you use. Secondly, use customer testimonials and reviews. So getting those positive reviews and testimonials that I've talked about in other podcasts, it not only builds trust, but it can also encourage users to search your brand to learn more about you and your reputation. Thirdly, engage in PR and media outreach. So you can be featured in articles, on podcasts, interviews, all these things can spark curiosity. So when people hear about your brand, they will often turn to Google for more information. And that's when you start to see those brand searches start to pop. And use retargeting ads. If this is great, especially for e-commerce sites. If your user visits your sites but don't convert, retargeting ads can help remind them of your brand. And that's the kind of thing that can lead to increased branded searches later on. So these retargeting ads, these are the sort that will follow you around the web after you've been to a site and you've been searching for something and you haven't purchased, then quite often you will see these ads start to appear. Now, some people hate them, but repetition is the kind of thing that gets into people's brains. So don't be afraid of using retargeting ads. You might annoy some people, but this is how you build a brand. So yeah, just thinking about all that together, branded search is more than just a metric. It turns out, into a reflection of what your brand strength is, what your reputation is, and what your trustworthiness is. And by trying to actively cultivate and build branded search through, consistent branding, quality content, using the right marketing tactics, you're not only going to boost your organic search, but you're also going to start to build an audience, and that's what you want to do. So hopefully that's proven useful. If you have any questions, any thoughts, any ideas, please get in touch. If you found the podcast useful, then please do review us. If you go to ratethispodcast.com/SEO, that's ratethispodcast.com/SEO. There'll be links there that you can find to reviewers in your favorite podcast app, which helps us find other people, which is always be great. And until next time, remember, keep optimizing, stay curious, and remember, SEO is not that hard when you understand the basics. Thanks for listening. It means a lot to me. This is where I get to remind you where you can connect with me and my SEO tools and services. You can find links to all the links I mentioned here in the show notes. Just remember, with all these places where I use my name, the Ed is spelled with 2 Ds. You can find me on LinkedIn and Blue Sky. Just search for Ed Dawson on both. You can record a voice question to get answered on the podcast. The link is in the show notes. You can try our SEO intelligence platform, Keywords People Use, at keywordspeopleuse.com, where we can help you discover the questions and keywords people are asking online, cluster those questions and keywords into related groups so you know what content you need to build topical authority, and finally, connect your Google Search Console account for your sites so we can crawl and understand your actual content, find what keywords you rank for, and then help you optimize and continually refine your content for targeted, personalized advice to keep your traffic growing. If you're interested in learning more about me personally or looking for dedicated consulting advice, then visit www.eddawson.com. Bye for now, and see you in the next episode of SEO is Not That Hard.